in the lower 60s. Afternoon hours in the IE area, sunshine dominates, highs in the upper 60s. In the daytime in the Coachella Valley, sunshine makes it through the afternoon, highs at 72. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET. That's right.
Let's see. I hope you watched Hawkeye. Did you watch Hawkeye? Oh, okay, okay. How'd you like it? How'd you like it? I do, I do. I can't do stuff like that, but yeah, I've seen people do that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of staying outside. I No, I've never done that. Never done that. The only time I'll probably end up getting one will probably be after the wedding, since that'll be a major purchase. So you never know. It'll probably be after the wedding, though. I will discuss it with Casey. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. They actually work at the same place. She also works at the same place and she lives 5 minutes down the street. Yes, for me it'll be good because I can see my mom more often because she lives a bit of a distance away from me. So
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. hdrinfo.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
I'm still gonna say it. I'm gonna get my whiskey bacon burger if I have to die for it. But no, I'm gonna get it one day. I swear. As long as she doesn't assume what I'm gonna get, I'll get it. I know. I just like messing with her.
Good morning, Aaron, Jesse, and all the KMET listeners. Yes, it's we can certainly make up that whiskey bacon burger for you, Jesse. Or we, of course, have over 2 more weeks on the all-you-can-eat promotion, $14.99. You can start with riblets, shrimp, or boneless wings, and mix and match, and keep going till you're full. Riblets definitely are what we have not run out of them, but we have had to make some special in between delivery runs to the distribution center to get more. So yes, riblets definitely are flying off the shelves. Yeah, well, riblets, they still have bones, but they don't have as big a bones as the baby back ribs, and they're just a smaller cut. And so, and we coat them with honey barbecue or sweet Asian, or you can have them plain. Yeah, they're just a smaller cut of the rib, and so the bones aren't quite near as big. The special regarding the discount, yeah. So don't forget your KMET discount of 10% all day long, every day. And then, yeah, we'll do that on the all-you-can-eat. We'll take 10% off that $14.99 too. And then 10% off all regularly priced items. The only things we won't do the 10% on are happy hours because we're already doing half price on that, and then our two for menu. Those are the only two things that we don't do the 10% discount, but we will do it on the $14.99 all you can eat. Yeah, we actually do. We have so many dates that we actually named our drink Date Night Daiquiri. That's the one of the $6 Mucho Muchos made with Bacardi, and we have a lot of dates. A lot of people coming in. This is where they had their first date, and they're coming back every year on their anniversary, and they're coming back on Valentine's Day and all kinds of days, and we love it. And these drinks, the one made with Bacardi and also the Tipsy Cupid, they are going on through Valentine's Day. So just because the all you can eat is over in a couple weeks, we are still doing those drinks all the way through Valentine's Day, and they're $6 each. Yeah. No, we used to do different days of the week years ago, but now every night is date night, and that's what we have a drink. Date night daiquiri and the Tipsy Cupid, but every night it's a date night for us. And of course, Valentine's Day is going to be a Tuesday this year, and so we're looking forward to that. You know what? We are serving up that all you can eat as we talked about, but don't forget we have the two for menu. You can get two entrees and an appetizer for anywhere from $25 to $35, depending on the mix and match you do. And we've got a nice dessert page. Don't forget your triple chocolate meltdown. And otherwise, we don't forget about the football. We have every NFL playoff game this weekend. Come on in, watch the game, and get your 10% discount. The Highland Springs exit of the 10 freeway where Beaumont and Banning come together.
Oh, yes, yes. I said I would pay for it, and I will. I got you.
Thank you. See you down at Applebee's.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
After the game, after school, after work, Applebee's is where you want to be to enjoy their bold, savory grilled steaks, salmon, or chicken. Applebee's is located where Beaumont meets Banning, just off 6th Street near Highland Springs Avenue. Applebee's started with the same philosophy they follow today. Focus on serving good food to good people in a neighborhood-style setting. Applebee's also offers car side to go when you order online. Applebee's in Beaumont, serving the Pass area. So fresh, so fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Football season is back, and so is Steer the Line with Lou Desmond and me, Jeremy James. Join Lou and I, along with special guests, every Friday at 5 p.m. as we cover the latest in NFL news, fantasy football, and, of course, our weekly Steer the Line game picks. We'll also do check-ins on our local LA teams and, of course, a deeper dive into Raider Nation. Fridays at 5 p.m. on 1490 KMET. Follow Steer the Line on Facebook and visit steertheline.com.
Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, so I don't know if you realize this yet, but have you heard about a bunch of missing hikers on Mount Baldy? Uh, they went missing I think sometime last week, but apparently last night they announced who it was. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go over there and help search for him. Have you ever heard of the actor Julian Sands? What? Oh, I'm gonna backhand you. Okay. Well, okay, so I am you know what? Since my mom worked at a video store, I worked at a video store. So a lot of these actors from the 90s mean a lot to me, and especially him, because I watched a horror movie series with him in there, and I loved it. So yeah, he's been in so many movies throughout the years. He's a pretty consistent actor.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's done some cool things, but I always like him from the series called Warlock. So that's my thing. He was cool in that one. So I kind of want to go over to Mount Baldy and do my searching to help find him.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, you know what? Yeah, whenever there's something that's happening, you go, okay, how can we make sure it doesn't happen? That would be great. But yeah, that's interesting to know. So there you go. All right, I think my audio's back to working. I don't know why it was off. Oh, now it's really on. Okay, so yeah, it's all glitchy here. Sorry about that, people. Yeah. So, well, look, I hope there's an update on that, and I hope there's more, on that, Jess.
Right, me too. A lot of people go hiking, and you know what? Some of them never come back. They go missing, and yeah, I don't want to talk about that other part. But I always wanted to go to Mount Baldy. So, but my worst fear is hiking, and then like some giant cougar comes out of nowhere and gets me. I'm like a giant meatball walking.
That's horrible, Jess. I don't want you to be a giant meatball walking. That's horrible. Don't do that. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on around the world. I will say this. I just saw this, and I'm a little upset. I'm not going to lie, because it wasn't really... Okay, I have to say this first. I have friends in the biz.
Are we talking about... I was going to talk about that too, but I wanted to like lean into... Are we talking about the Alana Hutchins thing?
No, but we'll go to that next. Okay. No. Let me go to this first because it's breaking, okay? But let me say this before anybody gets mad and upset, okay? I know people in the biz of stunt and things where they usually have, like, let's say somebody breaks their nose, okay, Jess? In a stunt, all right? What happens next? Okay? Let's say, like, okay, in the movie Matrix, Keanu Reeves had a lot of stunts, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, in stunts, there's a lot of danger. People don't understand how much danger, okay? So usually they have a stunt person do the stunt, okay? Now, in the movie Matrix, you saw a lot of guns, and they have a lot of quibs, or squibs, I think is what they call them. And they have, like, explosive devices and explosive things all on the set. But they go through safety standards, and usually plus, in order to make sure that nothing hurts any one of the actors and or other stunt people. But if you get a broken nose, you got to go to the hospital. It's covered by insurance. So if you have stunts in your movie, you got to have insurance for them just in case, okay? I know of a situation, I'm not going to say the production, but I know of a situation where they were testing weapons, and somebody who thought they were skilled, they were not skilled enough, and they got cut like really bad all the way down to the bone on their arm with the weapon, okay? It stopped production that day, but the person had to go to the hospital, okay? Now, there are things that are done as union, and there are things that are done as non-union. Non-union films, if they have guns, or if they have weapons, or they have anything, if it's a real weapon, I say don't do anything with it, because somebody could say they're trained, but they're not trained, okay? Like I say, I know people in stunts. I've met a lot of people in stunts, thanks to my good friend Crystal Santos, who actually is a stunt person, and she's a part of the Guild of Stunts. But she's also an actress, okay? I've had her before on the show. We've talked about things. She doesn't talk about the world of stunts, but I think this is going to be a thing that's going to come up in the next couple of probably anywhere from like a few months to more months, because now, with Alec Baldwin in the news, this is the headline: Alec Baldwin is charged with involuntary manslaughter in Rust film shooting. Okay, now, go ahead, Jess.
Yes, this is the Helena Hutchins case.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay. See, I don't know the names on this thing, but okay. So now that I said what I said, again, you have to know the world of stunts first. So before you start saying what you're going to say, you have to know the world of stunts. Now, I remember having a conversation with a person, and they said, look, be careful what film you do if there are stunts involved. For example, if they're somewhere internationally and they're not trained as much, you may get it for cheap. You may go to like India, you may go to Africa, you may go somewhere where you get it real cheap, but the stunt crew or the people that are checking are not skilled, or they are skilled, but they're not careful enough to be able to like check, is that a live round? Okay, now, there was an investigation, I remember reading about it, about this particular film crew. It's called negligence on the film crew's thing. Now, this is the other thing. For an actor who knows stunt or knows anything can go wrong, I'll give you a perfect example. Bruce Lee, okay? Some say it was on purpose. Others say not really. It's a Bruce Lee situation, though, okay? Now, the reality is, I'll give you an example, Jess. Let's say you take a gun. You like shooting a gun? What?
You mean Brandon Lee?
Bruce Lee.
Oh, I thought Brandon Lee was the one that got shot by during the Crow.
He did too.
Oh, I didn't know how. I don't know how Bruce Lee died. So.
Yeah, it was like a repeat thing.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. That's why people are like, what happened? Like some say, oh, the family was cursed, right? But anyway, long story short, okay? So let's go back to, I mean, unless I'm wrong. Am I wrong about I don't know. I'll double check that. But my point is this, okay? Let's go to if you like shooting guns, okay? Those that like shooting guns, let's go back to Matrix. Let's say someone took one of those guns, because those guns are very real, okay? Those are like military grade guns, but they shoot blanks, okay? They're very real looking when they shoot, but they're blanks. Now, let's say somebody takes it off set and they go shooting for the week, okay? Maybe they go and they take their girlfriend, and they go, hey, let's go shooting, and let's go to a canyon and let's shoot the rock, or let's shoot like a target. How does that sound? Or better yet, why don't we train Keanu a little bit better on his shooting, and let's do that. He's gone on live round stuff. Okay, now, there's a certain amount where you go, okay, I'm good to go when you're on the set. And then there's a certain amount that you go, oh no. So in this situation, Jess, the question is, was it on purpose or was it an accident? I believe it was an accident, okay? If you were an actor and you were asked, Jess, to have a gun and you put it in like your back pocket and you act like a mob person, right? Or a mafia person, right? And they say, okay, when you do this, but it's an independent thing, right? So nobody teaches you gun safety, okay? Now, Alec Baldwin's been around a long time, right? He knows about stuff, but he assumes when you're on a set, it's fake. It's all fake. Now, I will say this. A person told me this, and this was back to somebody very responsible. They're in stunts. They said, you got to check the round. I go, how do you check the round? Now, that's where this particular situation went off kilter. And I think the ones charging him with, and somebody else with involuntary manslaughter needs to technically get somebody who's in the biz to say what can go wrong and what can go right. It wasn't on purpose. That's 100% a thing, right? The Brandon Lee thing and the other thing, people still think maybe that was on purpose something because it could be put that way. But people are becoming very forgetful right now. And I've seen it. I've seen people like I once went for a massage and the person didn't come in for a while. And I asked for one person because I like the massage from this one person and that person didn't come in. And I'm like, did you forget me? Did you forget? And then the whole other person came in. I'm like, I'm not going to call it out, you know? So people are forgetting left and right, okay? I had somebody actually drop something and they forgot they dropped it. I'm like, okay. I've had people serve me and then forget they served me. So I'm like, okay. So something happened on this set is my point. Some are having brain fog. Some are having what they call long haul COVID. My point is this. Whoever was the one handing the gun, that person needs to get a new job. The person handing the gun, the one who is in charge of prop, that's the person responsible. Now, the only thing that could be said in this is if Baldwin had a beef or a feud with the director, and I guarantee you would never do it that way, so publicly, in front of everyone, all of a sudden, but that's why some people say don't point the gun, whether it be fake or not, and some people know this, don't point it at anyone at all. Okay, that's number one. They say, oh, give me that shot. Don't do it. You want to make sure it's clear, and you never want to shoot even a blank, because even a blank could technically hurt someone if they're close range. Okay, that's what people don't know that are not in the biz. Okay, now, having said that, and now you can say whatever you want to say, Jess, but I have to say that, again, you have to be around people that know the world of stunts. It's a very dangerous situation. You could break a nose, you could break a rib. I think someone broke a rib or something. I know Tom Cruise broke his foot leaping, right? And that stopped production. But again, that's on him because he wanted to do the stunt. A stuntman does that. That's why you let the stuntman do it, because it doesn't stop production, but that's what you need insurance for. So all these indie projects that are out there, they get hurt, and then it's on the person's dime if they have insurance. And if they don't have insurance, then they get hurt. That's why I say don't use a real weapon. Even if it's flimsy or it looks flimsy, use that if you're an indie production. But even if you're a skilled person right now, have a stunt person do it. Try to have a stunt person do it. Don't do it yourself because you may get cut. Go ahead, Jess.
Have you ever fired a gun before?
Yeah, several times.
Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, guns are not toys. That's what a lot of people forget. And I agree with you. I don't believe he intended to do it on purpose. For me, actors are nothing more than um just trained people who I don't want to say trained dummies because they're puppets, you know what I'm saying?
No, I
So
don't. Okay, let me go to all your favorite films, Jess. Every
Yeah.
favorite film that you have. Let's go
Mhm.
with horror films. What's your favorite horror film?
I have many. I can't
What's
name
your
them down.
favorite actor or actress in a film that you love to watch that's horror?
I don't know. I'm
You
drawing a
have
blank.
none? You love horror films, Jess?
I know, but you're talking about like so. I'm trying to think like you want something with guns in there.
No, even with knives.
Ooh, even with knives. There's one movie I liked with it had a lot of stunts in there. It was called Dog Soldiers.
Okay, and who was in it?
Um, uh, his last name is McKidd. He's Kevin McKidd. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Scottish actor. Okay.
Got no clue.
It's a international film. It's from the UK.
Okay, but now is he a puppet?
No, what I mean is like their jobs are to do like little roles. Like they're actors. They're do the things. If I'm acting, I'm not. My responsibility isn't to check the gun. My job is to play in this role.
Okay, I got 100% what you're saying.
Which is like there was a scene in a movie called Tremors. Have you heard of that one in the early 90s?
Several times. Yeah, I think I saw it actually.
Okay. I like that movie. There was a scene in the movie where one of the actors gave they were running from the monsters and they have their guns and kids like, I want a gun, I want a gun. He was like, okay, I'll give you a gun. So he gives them a gun. As they're running, they're shooting, and he's like, oh, he gave me a blank gun. There's no bullets. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you a gun with bullets and stuff like that because he's a kid. So, but what I found interesting is the moment he took the gun back, he opened it and checked to see if there was anything inside.
Okay.
So, a lot of people don't forget, guns are not toys. They are dangerous things, whether they're fake or even if you think they're real or fake. Yeah, it's just like, to me, I'd rather have them play like with fake guns rather than real guns. Because, accidents happen. Bullets are dangerous. Like you said, those gunpowder things, even with their blanks, at a certain distance, those things can hurt.
Well, they don't hit you. They go blank for a reason. So let me help you out. They don't hurt if anything, they hurt with sound. Okay, I remember being in a theater production in high school. Okay, and they gave us a gun that had blanks. It just you shoot it and it blanked that, right? There's other ones that can hurt if they projectile out. Okay, like the one in Matrix, and the casing goes to the side, right? Okay, those kind of get heated in a way like gun, but they're not meant to shoot a bullet out, if that makes sense. They shoot a blast out, but close enough it might have gunpowder stuff somewhat on a person, but that's about it, okay? But the point is this, okay? Back to this charge, okay? And I think somebody wants, honestly, to make something of something that really was kind of squashed as of, I think, last year or the year before. I can't remember when this originally happened. And I think them kind of bringing it back now. Let's put it this way. When you deal with stunts, you always take a measure of something with it, which is called risk, okay? When you do, I met many directors. I've interviewed many directors with my entertainment show, and even with Kelly, that are in the biz of making film look really good. But there is a risk factor. Like when you have a car roll over, you forget about the person who makes it roll over in a cage. That's why they say, yes, it's a very dangerous thing, but we do it safely because we do again. But if somebody gets hurt, they have to be insured. Now, do people get hurt in the stunt world? Yes, 100%. They have more safety programs and protocols now than they ever had. Gene Autry in the back days of like the Wild Wild West, all those films where they, shoot a gun. It's been a thing, but this particular thing is a situation. But in my own whatever you want to call it, Baldwin is not the guilty party. He should not be charged. The one who was in charge of the gun should be charged. That one should be charged for negligence, not for actual voluntary manslaughter. It was an accident. It should never happen again, but I would not want that person on the crew if I had a film. Does that make sense?
No. I agree with you. It was the rust armor, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who is the armorer. She should have been the one who was, it's her gun. She should be in charge of it.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. And it's a fine line, but it goes down to who was responsible to begin with. And I think they did some investigation. They said these rounds were bought from this and that. This was marked this and that. You should never mix live round with other round. Okay. John Wick is a perfect example. How many guns are in John Wick, right? The show or the movie, whatever you want to call it. And if one of those are mixed up with a live round, you're going to have a problem. Someone's going to get shot. So they always say, don't shoot at people. But it's hard when you give an actor a gun and he's in the moment. He's going to shoot at a person. You don't say, oh, shoot off screen or off. In the theater production, even with the gun that we were given, we shot it off. He says, don't ever point at somebody. I said, okay. And so I learned really quick then. He says there's a way to block it so you look like you're pointing at the person, but you're pointing off stage. When somebody's backstage and it's a live round, they're still going to get shot. But the point is, don't shoot point blank that way. So I said, okay. So I learned really quick as a high school student how to do blanks, okay? But back to this, okay? You don't ever mix them, and that's negligence on the person's part. They should honestly probably leave and then just, yeah. But I don't think this is a charge that they should charge this person with. It was called negligence. Yes, but it's not, and I think the person admitted to saying that, but the fact that they're charging Baldwin on this for, again, an actor does get a role. His whole role is to shoot a gun, but it was probably for look and then to shoot it because they want to see out of the barrel, like what looks like that. But in a way, it's almost the director's fault for saying shoot at the camera and I'm behind it. But even, you get what I'm saying? Like whoever pulled the trigger in this particular scenario, which called fake stuff of film, is fake, period, end story. It's not Baldwin's fault, is my point. Any actor could be handed a gun. That's their role. Resident Evil, perfect example. You hand Mila Jovovich a gun, she will shoot it. But she already thinks it is not real, right? So this is a whole problem in the world of stunt, in the world of film, in the world of everything. This is in New Mexico. Usually this type of stuff can and does happen in international film because they're negligent or they're not careful, which is why people say invest in people that are trained. Don't go with anybody novice. Don't go with anybody who is new. And that's the thing. Is there any way that they could have checked to see or prevent this particular thing from happening? Honestly, probably not. Probably not. He could shoot at the ground. But
one question.
Go ahead.
Why would you bring live ammo to a movie set?
Well, you don't.
I'm just curious.
You don't. But
I think it's dumb.
Back to the thing I said. If you take the gun away for the weekend, you shoot some stuff, and you mix like live with fake, it can happen. And I think that's what happened here. Somebody said that they got the wrong. And I'm gonna wait till it's completely through. Until they bring the evidence. But charging Baldwin with this is, I think, the wrong thing. That puts every actor in harm's way when you're given a gun. How do you test to see whether or not that's real or not? Now, I was given a gun on a set, and I was an extra. I was a background extra, okay, on the set. It was called Kingpin, which was with, like, the mob men of Mafia. It wasn't the bowling Kingpin one, right? It was like a mini-series. And I was given a gun, and I was like one of the henchmen, right? But I was given a gun. It was heavy, but they checked the round, and there were no bullets in it, okay? Now, that's what they say, check to see if it has bullet or not, and that way Now, I dropped it getting out of the vehicle. It went through my pants, and I'm like, what the heck? And so they go, oh, and like, yeah, it was a whole... I was so embarrassed, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, the point is this, Jess. The point is this. We got through the scene, but... accidents do happen on a set. You know what I mean? Like, you think, okay. But again, there was no bullet in it, thank God. But again, that's the responsibility of the person who is in charge of gun. And that person is hired for a reason, to keep the safety thing, not mix them at all, and not bring real ammunition with fake. Now, there was a report that I saw, I don't know if it's true, that somebody sold them the wrong bullets. But there's supposed to be a way to check the bullets to see if they're fake or not. And I don't know that because I'm not in that particular line ever. But I would be like, what is the difference? So if you got to make them green, bold, different than real bullets, because they look very similar. It's like, okay, show me a real bullet, show me a fake bullet. Which is it?
Yeah, they are a bit hard to tell the difference. You would have to actually be looking at the bottom of where you shoot off. They're labeled with numbers and all that stuff. So
yeah,
if you're not used to that world of guns, ammo, and all that stuff, I would suggest a lot of research. The moment you hand a gun, check it, make sure there's nothing in there. Whether they say it's empty or not, always check. Always.
Yeah. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't think he should be charged. I think the person negligent should be charged, but he wasn't negligent. Every actor knows this. They are just handed the prop. It's really a prop. And then you work with it. You know, there's a lot of movies like Yellowstone. I want to see that. You know, my mom wants to see that. There's guns in them all the time. But you never think about what could happen if there's a real bullet in a gun. You just assume it's not real, right? And some people get so in the moment. Like, my mom's gotten in the moment where she's like, where's the camera at? And I'm like, Ma, they're shooting with the camera. That's why, like, it's, but they have so many angles. Yeah, they move it. And then, you know, sometimes they shoot with more than one angle, you know, different cameras. But there's so many but the point is this, in the world of stunt and the world of gun, you have to have somebody responsible. And this person not responsible. This person should probably not do the job anymore. That's number one. But you shouldn't charge Baldwin for having handed him the gun. He's not the one who did it, right? Unless you could prove that, like, oh, he had a vendetta against the director that he's in the movie with, right? If you could prove that, then I take that back. But otherwise, it just puts everybody in a bad position if you're handed a gun as a prop in a movie because you got the role. Doesn't make sense. So there you go. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Jess, me out. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.